Hey everybody, so this was a quick day trip that I took to the Southern Sierras. It was basically the start of the trout season for me in 2022. Decided to kick it off with some Godins. So I'm using my 7 foot 6 inch 3 weight, which came in pretty handy for these tight quarters. Some of these spots you only had a 2 foot window to land in with some brush behind you and overhead. I ended up losing this fish when I was trying to reel it in, but it's okay, it was a long distance release. This meadow was actually pretty big and it's right next to the campsite, which happened to be closed, but that made it convenient for me because I think if the campsite was open, there'd be a ton of people in this meadow. So this would be the first official Golden of 2022 that I landed, and it was actually one of the bigger ones for this creek, even though it wasn't very big at all. Probably noticed I'm making some relatively long casts for a creek this small, and that's because these fish are super spooky. Like, if you can see them, half of them have probably already spooked. So this was probably the best pool out of the section I walked. It had a small waterfall with relatively deep depth, at least compared to the other pools. And I had quite a few takes, I just couldn't connect with any of them. So I actually left most of my batteries in the car, so I ran out of juice pretty shortly after this, but I ended up turning around anyways and going to another section, which you might recognize from another video. This is probably the easiest spot to catch a Godin anywhere in California, since you could just get out of your car and catch Godins. They're not very big though. And you can tell that I'm missing quite a few takes, and part of it's the distance and my reaction time, but a lot of them were just too small to take the dry I was using. This one was probably my favorite Godin of the trip, just because I saw it swimming along the bank, made the cast a few feet in front, and then saw it just rush it. So, pretty quick trip if you don't count the 7 hours of driving, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to go somewhere a little bit deeper into the backcountry next time, and subscribe if you want to catch my next trip. Thanks.